Happy New Year, everybody! Yeah, that's the way you start a new year. The New York Knicks 2024, the New York Knicks, invited the Minnesota Timberwolves to come to MSG on January 1st, 2024. Took care of business. Let's go. Here we go. The New York Knicks won 112 to 106 on the day of OG Anunoby's debut right there. There's little Obi. Hey! Fantastic debut for Obi. I love the way he approached the game. He didn't try to hero ball it, didn't try to overdo it. He let the game come to him, and he played his typical outstanding defense. He did end up fouling out, but that was a little suspect. I don't think he should have picked up that sixth foul anyway. But tremendous debut. I couldn't be happier with the way this began. The Knicks, the first quarter was a little rocky. We have highlights, though. Got stats breaks down. Got it all for you. But before we do that, I just want to show you guys one little highlight here first. Here we go. Boom! Isaiah Blockenstein giving Rudy the rude treatment on New Year's Day. And he did it twice to him. Twice. Boom! All right. That's right. New York Knicks took care of business, and it was mostly because of this guy in the fourth quarter. His heroics in the fourth quarter were outstanding. 39 points, 9 rebounds for Julius Randle. He shot outstanding today, 58%, and so did OG Anunoby, shot 58%. So the two Knicks forwards combined for a 58 percentage shooting performance. As you can see right here, OG Anunoby, 17 points for him, 6 rebounds. He ended up a plus 19 overall. Ian Begley tweeted this out. Julius Randle scored 8 points in the final 2:09 to close out a tight game versus Minnesota for the Knicks. But it wasn't tight once the Knicks, got out there in that second quarter and just took over this game. It wasn't tight until the beginning of the fourth quarter where they kind of let go of the rope. That second unit does struggle to do some shot creation without IQ now, and a lot of that burden falls on Jalen Brunson, who didn't have it tonight, but career high 14 assists. He made up for it in other areas. But as you can see here, Randle, with New York Knicks up 6, Randle hit a 20-footer on Jaden McDaniels, a 17-foot turnaround on Karl Towns, and converted a layup while getting fouled by McDaniels to keep Minnesota from closing the deficit. He was tremendous. He made tough shots. But those are the concerns. Like, you cannot rely on tough shot making to win games in the NBA. Once in a while, that's just the way it's going to have to be. But in general, you don't want to rely on that. You want to continue that ball movement that we saw in that second quarter and that third quarter that kind of went away in the beginning of that fourth quarter and through the rest of the fourth quarter itself. There wasn't as much ball movement as it was earlier, and that's what allowed the Minnesota Timberwolves to crawl back into this game. But the beautiful heroics of Julius Randle kept them at bay. Let's watch some highlights. Here we go. So let's get into some details here about what the New York Knicks did today. Very impressive win. In the first quarter, they came out, the Timberwolves couldn't miss. They connected on 11 of 19, 58% for them, 5 of 9 from the three-point line for them. They lit us up for 32 points in that first quarter, and we only put up a measly 23 on 36.4% shooting. And a lot of that, we got to blame Jalen Brunson. He was 0 for 5 in that first quarter in his 8 minutes of play. But luckily, his supposed all-star, hopefully, guys, vote for the all-star. Vote for Brunson. Vote for all the Knicks. But Brunson and Randle deserve our votes. Put them out there. Julius Randle, 11 minutes in that first quarter, 5 of 8 overall, hit 2 3-point shots. When was the last time we saw him hit 2 3-point shots in the first quarter? Very rare. He finished with 15 points in that first quarter. See, the game was a little closer, but then right there, Josh Hart got a little abused. There's another score. I think another score here. Yep, there we go. They built it up to an 11-point lead here. 10-point lead. I think they got up. Yeah, they did get it up to 11. But nice drive by OG, who didn't force it. That's what I meant. He just let the game come to him. Nice little pass to Josh Hart there for an easier layup. And then Quentin Grimes. Good game for Quentin Grimes overall. It started in that second quarter for him. He only took one shot in that second quarter, but connected on it. Is that right? I guess, was that the second quarter? Yeah. Oh, he was 2 for 3 in the second quarter. Sometimes stats flip out on me. Wait, what game is this? Jalen Brunson. Yeah, well, Jalen Brunson had a good second quarter. He gave us 13 points. Almost all of his scoring came in that second quarter. He played, you probably burned him out. He played almost 12 minutes in that second quarter. He was 5 of 10 overall, but just 1 of 4 from the three-point line. He gave us 13 points, 3 assists. So he was more of a scorer in that second quarter than a facilitator. OG Anunoby played, if this is correct, I mean, these stats look funky to me, but we'll just move on. Move on to the third quarter because it's coming up here. As you can see, look, that second quarter was outstanding for us as a team. We outscored them by 21 in that second quarter. We lit the Minnesota Timberwolves, the best defense in the NBA. The New York Knicks lit them up for 38 points in that second quarter to take control of this game. They were a plus 21 in that second quarter. And then the third quarter, it kind of continued. It continued. We continued to build that lead. Look at that beautiful fast break there. OG Anunoby getting out and being fed. The New York Knicks, we scored 33 in that third quarter. You know what happened? I recorded this whole video before, and for some reason the mic wasn't working. So I'm redoing it all again. So it's kind of hard to keep track of what I already said and didn't say. So my apologies for that. But I just want to make sure you got this video out there because this is a monumental win. Look at that. Dante DiVincenzo out on the break and finishing. How often have we had problems with that? Where he gets out there, looks great, but just can't quite get the actual final 2 points. Look at Brunson. When does he miss that? When do we normally see that? He was like that all night long, except for that second quarter. But Isaiah Hartenstein coming in, the garbage man, cleaning it up. Beautiful. Look at that. Here we go. Nice and wide open. See, quicker passes. I felt like the decision-making on the offensive end was so much more improved today by not trying to force the issue, getting the ball out of, or except for that. Like, see, moments like that. Avoiding, that was an example of when things go bad, and that's, an unfortunate decision. But, shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves defense. Look at this. Another tough shot. Boom. Makes that. That puts the Knicks up by 19 at that point. But as the quarter closed, Timberwolves kind of showing signs of life until that moment. Isaiah, look at him finishing. Beautiful little finish with the left hand there. Little turnover here. And Naz Reid with the flush. Yeah. I'll tell you, the Timberwolves are a good team. I'm just not sure I'm not sure they're as good as their record. I know that may sound odd, but I don't know if they're as good as their record. Actually, despite tonight, the Knicks really controlled this game. Yeah, this is when the Knicks, see, the close of the third wasn't that great for them. And then the beginning of the fourth. So here we got OG's out there with Brunson, Hart, Grimes, and Precious. And this unit struggled to score. Look, too much congestion right there. Brunson running into traffic, and it turns into a fast break there. They cut it to 10. It was once a 20-point lead. Nice little pass in there. Oh, yeah. Rudy could have gotten called for the elbow, but I guess not. 8-point game there. I think they cut it down to 6 at one point. Oh, no, this was the big play. So the Knicks, that was the first points, I believe, that the Knicks scored in that third quarter, and it came from OG Anunoby from the right corner 3. That was pivotal because it gave him a little bit of breathing room, a 3-point shot there. See, timely buckets. That's some of the things that frustrated us about RJ when he got those looks, when he wasn't going well, he just clanked them, and it was just soul-crushing. Well, today, OG delivered on that. Beautiful. Here we go. This is another tough shot. This is a tough shot to make. That's a 20-footer right there. But he sunk it. Beautiful. When you're on, you can exploit those little edges. But the thing is, Randall thinks he's on every game. Cat came through with a big, strong effort in that fourth quarter. Let's see what he finished with in that fourth. Yeah, Cat came through with 16 points in that fourth quarter. 6 of 11 overall for him. Picked up 3 rebounds and an assist, but it was answered by Randall's 12 points. Beautiful. Knicks only had 18 points in that fourth quarter tonight. Partly is I think they used up a lot of energy in those first 3 quarters. The rotation is new. Thibs is trying to figure out, how many minutes certain players should get. And I think, there we go. Let's move on back. So we'll see how that works out. But I'll tell you one thing. I didn't have a problem with trading RJ for OG specifically. I just didn't want to include Emmanuel Quickley in that deal. I would rather it have been another player, like a Grimes, or picks. Give him like two first round picks, and then some other player in between or something. But it required Emmanuel Quickley. That's what got the deal done. Deals have to hurt a little for both sides. I think it hurt more for us in general. But today, it didn't look like that at all because OG was outstanding. And what he helped bring defensively to that first unit is something we've been lacking. We held this team 7 points under what they're averaging this season. They're averaging 113, where we held them to 106. Finally, it's the first time we've held a team under, 113 points in quite a while. Let's see. Keith texted me that stat a little bit a while ago. First time we held a team under 110 points in 6 games. So that's notable. And OG has a big part of that. All right, let's get into the stats, which I've kind of mentioned a lot of them. OG did finish with 17 points on 6 rebounds, 1 assist for him. No assists for Julius Randle today. Very interesting. No assists for him, but 39 big points. 14 of 24 overall for him. Isaiah Hartenstein, 7 points for him, 9 rebounds. I believe he got 3 blocks, 2 of them on Gobert. Jalen Brunson, like I said, he struggled. 5 of 23 overall, 1 of 9 from the three-point line. But look at those 14 assists. Yes, 16 points, 15 points for Dante DiVincenzo. I felt like in that fourth quarter when the Knicks were floundering, they needed an extra shot creator because the burden on Jalen Brunson is tremendous. The only 2 actual real shot creators that we have right now are Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. The other 2 were RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley, and they're gone. And we didn't replace them with playmakers and shot creators. So that's one thing that maybe the other guys like Dante and Quentin Grimes are going to have to step up in that area. And they've shown flashes of it. I saw some great chemistry between Dante and OG, especially in that first quarter, first half. The way he would cut, Dante would feed him on the cut. Perfect. It ended up beautifully. Great chemistry between those 2. So we want to see more of that. We want to see more shot creation, shot making, playmaking from Dante and Quentin. And we saw flashes from him as well. Dante ended up with 2 dimes and Quentin with 1 assist. The team overall, 23 assists, not at the 27 assist level that I'd like us to be, but at least closer than we have been in the past. And I believe we held Minnesota under 20 assists today. What else was important? Grimes, 10 points for him. The bench, you can see the bench scoring only 18 points combined between Josh Hart and Quentin Grimes. That's only 3 points more than what just Quickley alone averages. Quickley alone averaged 15 points himself. So that's going to be a concern. Where are the points going to come in that second unit? And it's most likely going to come from just having a greater, increasing the blend of starters with second unit players during those stretches. So that's what I meant by we should bring in Dante a little bit earlier. Let's see here. The plus minuses, as I mentioned before, Anunoby was a plus 19, plus 10 for Hartenstein, plus 16 for Brunson, and plus 15 for Dante. The only one not in double digits plus minus was Julius Randle. How do you like that for a plus minus story? He was the leading scorer. We wouldn't win this game without him, and yet he was only a plus 2. But you only need to be a plus 1 to win a game. That's all that matters. Josh Hart was a minus 12, and Deuce was a minus 10. The Minnesota Timberwolves, you can see Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, 35 points for him, 4 of 9 for the three-point line, 10 of 21. in 38 minutes, but it didn't look that impactful. It didn't feel as impactful as when you look at the box score. When you watch the game, it didn't seem like he was like killing us. So it's just one of those things with the way this team is constructed. Karl Anthony Towns, though, like I mentioned, that fourth quarter, he was outstanding. 16 points of his 29 came in that fourth quarter. Let's move down to the team stats. As I mentioned, we were a +4 in assists. We eked out the steals battle. We're even in blocks. And anytime you go up against a Rudy Gobert team and you match them in blocks, you know you're doing something right. We were a +9 in the points off turnover. So let's go. We even beat them in the fast breaks. We were just shy. Actually, it was almost a wash between the fast breaks and the points in the paint. It was an even 59 points for both teams. And about the fouls were about the same. And look, the largest lead. The one time, Timberwolves had an 11-point lead, and the Knicks swung it the other way. It was a beautiful 20-point swing by the end of that half. Excellent debut. Excellent debut for Mr. OG Anunoby. Excellent beginning to do the new year for the Knicks. Couldn't be happier with the results. I'm just hoping that Leon is still working those phones and is looking for another. There's obviously, we still, to be a contender, we still need a star, another big player. But if we're going with this, then we need a shot creator of some kind. There's guys like Bones Highland out there, like Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson from Utah would be outstanding. He would be a perfect player to come in and take over that Emmanuel Quickley spark plug off the bench role. He's a shot creator, but he doesn't. The downside with him is he doesn't run an offense. He doesn't necessarily, initiate the offense itself. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But Leon's got to bring somebody in. Right now, we're still structurally flawed, even though we've improved in areas that we desperately needed to improve, which is length. We got taller. We got better defensively in that starting unit with OG Anunoby. But adding Precious itself gives us that size. But, we lost some things. Let's see. Leon can react quick enough to that. That's the hope. But fantastic debut. I cannot wait for Wednesday's game. This is exciting. We're looking good right now. The New York Knicks, what are we, 18 and 15 now? Yep, 18 and 15. We're just a half game. Well, actually, we're tied with the Pacers in games behind, but just a half game behind the sixth place Cleveland Cavaliers, who are 18 and 14. So the Knicks looking good. All right. Thank you so much for watching this. I wish I had not screwed up that first recording. I had so much good stuff in that one. I hope I was able to remember it and recapture it for you guys. But definitely, please drop your comments. I want to hear your thoughts and feelings about all this. It really helps me understand how you guys feel. Whenever I've overlooked stuff, I love it. Even if you disagree with me, I still love that. So please drop your comments, hit the thumbs up button for me, and share this video. And I will see you around the Knicks-Verse. Happy New Year.